up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. You know, I enjoy all the videos I shoot. I tell you the truth every time one of these starts, and I say, I love Mondays, I love Tuesdays, I love Wednesdays. It's all true. But this Monday, this is a special kind of love I have for this. Because this is so infrequent. It only happens 4 times a year, every 3 months. That's part of what makes it special. So I don't even want to waste any more time. I don't want to talk to you about anything else. I just want to get right down to the table so I can start telling you what's going on for the Two Gun Pixie 2021 Fall Catalog. So come on down and hear about some great games and see some pictures of them that we're going to be featuring here on Two Gun Pixie for the next 3 months. And some of these games you haven't seen yet. Well, at least haven't actually hit the retail yet, but I know they're coming. They're on their way. They're almost here. So join me down the table and we're going to check these games out. So yeah, we have some really exciting games, and especially, you know, when it happens this time of the month, you know, a lot of them are going to be dark games. So that's always a fun start to anything. So going over some of the games that we have coming in, that have already come in, and videos have already been made. Actually, with one exception on this list, all these videos have already been made, edited, uploaded, and date stamped to drop when they're supposed to drop. All except one. And I know that's on a boat. It's just getting on a boat now. So that's about a month travel. About another 2 weeks maybe. Customs. Travel again. So I'm thinking November. But anyway, I'll get to that last. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I know from Plaid Hat Games, well, I'm excited to see Roxanne, which isn't part of the Dead of Winter line, but is connected to the storyline. It's I think it's how it all started, but yeah, it's not part of the actual Dead of Winter series. You can't add on to it, as far as I know. It's a prequel, so that could be fun. Yeah, I know I got another game. From Manor Games. I already got the main game for Maximum Apocalypse, and I know that the big box expansion, standalone expansion for the Gothic horrors, that's going to be coming in. You're going to get to see that also. And I know I have on my radar the smaller expansions. If I didn't already have these two, I would have got the big deluxe one that has everything in it, but it's too late now. I've already got my feet wet with this, but they'll be coming along soon. So eventually down the road, you're going to see even more from Manor Games. A company I never heard of before, but came out with a game, and the company Smirk and Dagger came out with a game, The Tower of Madness. So we'll see how that runs, and I believe that this is a sort of reimagining of a game that's made the rounds for a while. So it has a similar history, I think. I could be wrong. We'll find out the unboxing, though. Dynamite Games has the Reanimator, the board game. And this is based on a Cthulhian story, which inspired very cult popular 80s, I believe it was late 80s, mid 80s movie, The Reanimator. So this is a game where you get to work with Dr. West, I believe it is. Not necessarily trying to stop him. Sounds crazy. Now, Gray Fox Games, I got a game from them. Well, not from them. They didn't give it to me. Don't get me wrong on that. I got a game published by them that I'm going to be doing an unboxing for. I never had the original, but I do have the remake of it, or as it was called, the Reloaded. And that is Run, Fight, Die. So this Reloaded version of it is... they redid it. It's like a second edition. So that ended up getting here, making it my way, and we're going to be seeing that unboxing and what it looks like here. Now from Stratego Games, we get to move away from the horror stuff a little bit, and there's a Kickstarter game that I backed, and boy, I've been waiting for it, and it's finally here, and I'm so glad I'm going to get a chance to try it. And that game is called Glory, a Game of Nights. And this is based on real-life 15th century knights and the jousts and the games that they had. And it was made by a couple of individuals that do this for a living, that they are, I believe, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments and correct me, please, but I believe that they are, medieval reenactors, and maybe or historians, and so they put this whole game together based on their knowledge of what it was really like to be a knight and to joust and to be part of the night games. And the fact that you can play, it's a real life game in the sense that all the knights in the game are based on real life 15th century knights. Every single one of them you can look up and find their history for. I love that. Now, I don't think I've given Fantasy Flight Games too much time off since there was nothing in September for them. But for October, there's going to be at least two Shadow of the Mad Titan and Nebula. Now, I also have other Marvel Champion card game unboxings in the wings waiting to come out for this. So I'm not sure how that's going to get jumbled in there, but I know that that's coming in soon, and that's going to be thrown in the mix. So I'm hoping that that's going to come out in the next 3 months. It should. I don't think anything else is going to stop. It should. Now, the last game, this is the one I kind of mentioned in the beginning, got a little ahead of myself. The last game on the list, I don't often overspend on games. Now, I'm not talking about collection-wise. I mean an individual game. I generally don't spend hundreds of dollars on a board game. But I did a couple of times. Actually, like four times. But I've learned my lesson, and that's just not feasibly, economically sustainable for me to do. I'm not independently wealthy. I don't have people sending me games. Well, a couple of times I do, especially over the holidays. Thanks a lot very much. And I always give you a shout out for that. But generally speaking, no, I produce what I get. So I have to be very careful. But this is one of those 4 games that I had an opportunity, so I took it and I went hog wild and got like the biggest level order you can get as far as getting one copy of the game. I mean, I don't need like stores get 8 or 12 copies. Not that level, but as far as an individual backer goes, I got the biggest level, and this is by Blacklist Games, and it's called Hour of Need. Now, this game is so big because it comes with an amazing amount of bells and whistles as far as expansions, stretch goals, add-ons go, and I jumped in. I looked up Blacklist Games. They had a good track record. It didn't seem like a scam to me at all. They delivered in the past, and they've done a couple of big games like this before, and they've been at least fairly well received from what I read. So I jumped in on this, getting a chance to get a huge superhero game system. And it's their own heroes, their own world, just like Sentinels of the Multiverse is its own comic book world, its own comic universe. So is Hour of Need. And there's like seven extra boxes coming with it. So this is going to be a huge endeavor going into the unboxing process. So we have the core game of Hour of Need, of course, to be unboxed. And then there's a box separate for, I think it was an add-on for the bystanders and minions to get special miniatures just for them. Yes, I did that. Then there's a box. I've been clapping my hands a lot lately in videos. I don't know why. Then there's a box just for all the stretch goal stuff. And there was a bunch of cool heroes and villains that got unlocked for the stretch goals. And then there's this expansion box called Redemption, which, as far as I can tell, is the hero redemption storyline arc that you can use with at least the villains from the core box can be involved in this expansion, this storyline. And I think that's really cool. None of the other superhero games at all. And I got a lot of superhero games, and I don't recall any of them where villains become heroes. I wonder if a hero can become a villain, or if that would be another expansion. But speaking of expansions, there's still more. There was a holiday special, because this backed around Thanksgiving, and if you backed it at Thanksgiving time, then you got the Jade Kid and Jade Kid's sidekick Annabelle as special figures that are coming in their own box. A new superhero, a cosmic superhero who just happens to look like a little kid, but she's really like hundreds or maybe thousands of years old, and her cosmic powers. And then there's three big mid-box expansions for it that continue to build upon the core game, and that's Judge and Jury. And there's Gem and Ice. And then the third and final one is Divine Law. So I got all of this coming. And this should be here by November. So we should get to see the unboxings of these around that time. Okay, well, there you go. There is our fall catalog for 2021. I hope some of the games in there caught your attention as much as they caught mine. Thank you for joining me here, everyone. I'm your buddy Big John Ed G for Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.